consistently helping people build consistency. Now I have a scheduled I have a scheduled live stream session thanks to one of my subscribers. You know what, if nobody told me to actually have a scheduled live streaming session, I'll procrastinate for real. Okay, I'll procrastinate. Some of the days I even don't do my live stream. Okay, because I just procrastinate and I kind of think like, you know what, I like I don't really need to do my live stream every single day, right? Yeah, I need to rehearse consistently, but I never say how consistent, how should I rehearse. So my brain is kind of sneaky though, actually, okay, when it comes to live streaming, because I never actually have a clear definition of how many times I should do my live stream every single day. It's different from my push-up series. Hi for the one person that's watching this live stream. Yeah, thank you for watching. This is gonna be rehearsing for day 309 of consistently helping people build consistency. To be honest, I just woke up. Yeah, so I do my push-ups. And then sleep again. Hello, that's me. Yeah, thank you, lucky Yadav. Yeah, thank you. I really want to say thank you. I really want to say thank you. Okay, please speak slow. Okay, I really want to say thank you for every one of you guys who actually want to see this live stream, see my rehearsal, because I want to be the best at helping people build consistency. And yeah, I want to just document my whole journey, okay? Maybe on day 1000 of consistently helping people build consistency, I already have a really fluent English, I really have a really good communication skills. I don't speak way too fast anymore, just the right pace with the right pronunciation. And I also have the best argumentation in helping people build consistency. And yeah, basically that's it. I want to improve my English, that's why I rehearse every single day. So on today's video, I'm gonna be rehearsing for my script about shiny object syndrome. Okay, one of the biggest problem why we cannot be consistent at doing something is because we have this thing called the shiny object syndrome. Well, it's not really a medical condition or anything, but it's just the term that people refer whenever we just cannot be consistent at doing something because we just jump to new things. I want to say thank you because oh yeah, okay, thank you. Like you actually also help me live stream consistently. Without a schedule I would just procrastinate, for real. Without a schedule I would just procrastinate to do my live stream. I really need to have a scheduled live stream like this. So basically you are actually the one that's helping me. So but I'm also happy if you can be helped too by this live stream. And hey, I'm gonna be talking about shiny object syndrome on this live stream. Okay, so what do you say? Shiny object syndrome. It's gonna look like something that, hey, you know what? You found something interesting. For example, you found exercising interesting. Oh yeah, exercising is really interesting. I want to exercise. I want to be healthy. I want to be muscular. I want to look good, and so on and so on. Then we just be really obsessed with exercising. We exercise every single day. Our YouTube feed is full of exercising content. Well, there's nothing wrong with this, okay? But when we have a shiny object syndrome, we're going to be really interested in doing something for maybe, I don't know, 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months. And then we are going to get bored at one time. And then we kind of think to ourselves, you know what? I'm not progressing at all. There's no meaning in doing this thing. Sorry. like I got really itchy nose it, when it's before 7 a.m. Yeah, it's my allergy. I got some morning allergy. I don't know, but yeah, it's just how the thing goes. It's just really itchy. So I'm sorry. So yeah, so we kind of think to ourselves that yeah, you know what? I'm already bored with exercising. Okay, I don't feel any enjoyment in exercising anymore. And then we found this new thing. Maybe I don't know. It can be playing basketball. Well, like playing basketball can actually also be considered as exercising. So let's just say the new thing is going to be painting. Okay. Well, there's nothing wrong with painting, but we just kind of found this new thing, painting, as something that's really interesting. Oh, you know what? Painting is really interesting. I want to be the best at painting because it's the coolest thing that ever exists. I want to be the best at painting stuff. I want to be, like the master of painting. And suddenly, all of a sudden, we forgot about exercising. We kind of think like, oh yeah, exercising is boring. I don't want to exercise anymore. I want to just paint every single day. And then we obsess with painting and we forgot about exercising and then we obsess for 1 or 2 months. The same cycle happened again. Okay. We got bored with painting and then we found something new. Maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's, coding, programming, and then we found programming really fun. We stopped doing the painting. The same cycle happens and again and again and again. And we do not want this to happen. Why? Because when we are aiming for consistency, how can we even be consistent at doing something if we just jump into new things every 2 months, every 1 month? Okay? We do not want this to happen. Well, I'm not saying that we should not try new stuff. No. The point that I'm trying to make here is that, well, if you are trying to be consistent at doing something, don't let new stuff gets to your priority. Like don't just jump into one priority into other priority and neglect the previous priority. Okay. So notice that we got limited time, limited energy, and when we are struggling with being consistent at doing something new, let's just, don't do everything all at once. Okay, just do the top priority things first. Okay, again, I'm not saying that we cannot do new stuff. We can, but never let the new stuff make us neglect the previous more important. I don't know. For example, it's just more. I'm not saying that thing A is more important than thing B, but just saying that you need to have your own priorities, right? People got different priorities, and just make sure that you know what is the thing that's most important for you. What are the most important things for you, and just stick to those things. Okay. So what is going to be a really practical way in order to create this stuff? What is going to be the most practical way in order to execute, to practically implement this stuff? Simple actually. It's basically just to just grab a pen and a paper, okay, grab a pen and a paper, and basically write the top 3 things that we consider to be priority that currently we are not consistent at, okay? So what are going to be the top 3 things that we wanted to be consistent at, but currently we are still struggling to be consistent at doing those things. So for example, exercising and also studying and also meditating. Top 3 things that we wanted to be consistent at. We just write down on the paper. And then the thing here is that we are going to be writing down all the reasons why these things are important. So for example, why do I exercise? Oh yeah, exercising is important because I want to be healthy. I want to have some self-respect to myself. And don't just, write shallow reasons. I mean, here's the thing, like, yeah, being healthy is good. Everybody wants to be healthy, but you need to go deeper. Okay, you need to go deeper with the reasonings. Don't only say because you want to be healthy, because hey, everyone also wants to be healthy. It's pretty it's pretty what do you say, intuitive that people exercise because they want to be healthy. Go deeper, ask yourself, why do you want to be healthy? Okay, for example, oh yeah, I want to be healthy because I want to have a fulfilling life. I want to be able to work on my dreams. I want to, I want to achieve this, achieve that. And in order to be able to achieve my dreams, I need to have lots of time, lots of energy to be spent on doing those things. And hey, when I'm healthy, I'm going to have more time. I'm going to be having more energy comparatively when I'm sick. When I'm sick, I cannot do anything. Okay, I cannot even do my work, and I just sleep all day long. Okay, so exercising is important precisely because I want to be healthy, and being healthy helps me in fulfilling my, in helping me fulfilling my life. Okay, because I got to have more time doing the stuff I love, I got more energy spending my time with my family and so on and so on. Okay, and also we can go with other deep reasons like, oh yeah, I want to exercise because I want to inspire other people, maybe my friends, maybe my family who are currently struggling with exercising. I want to exercise because I want to be seen as a person who's disciplined, and maybe when I just got really healthy, got really in shape, people will actually also get interested to also start exercising. And yeah, I want my father to also be consistent at exercising. Oh yeah, I want my brother to also be consistent at exercising. Why? Because I want to see them be healthy. Okay, simple actually. So just write down the reasons why you are going to be doing those things, your priorities. The same thing happens with studying. Just write down why studying is important, and also write down with meditating, why meditating is important. And then the thing here is that we are going to be reading these top three priorities. Okay, these top three priorities, on a day-to-day basis. Maybe after you wake up, maybe you just read it 3 times a day. After you have your breakfast, after you have your afternoon, your lunch, after you have your dinner. So this is important, okay, to just read it on a day-to-day basis, every single day consistently. One, we are going to remind ourselves of what are going to be our priorities. And two, we also emphasize that, hey, you know what, the priorities are really important. I'm gonna be reading it on a day-to-day basis, because this is from my own personal experience. Okay, if you just write down stuff on the paper, okay, about maybe the priority list or anything, and you just put it down on your, what do you say, walls, on your bedroom walls, big chances you are going to be forgetting about it in the next 2 or 3 days. Okay, why? Because we got our phones, we got our laptops, we got all these distractions from social media, from that stuff, this stuff, and so on and so on. Big chances we are going to just forget about this one paper that we just put on the wall. We are going to be thinking like, oh, you know what? This is not really that important, and we might actually forget the existence of it. And then like 1 month later, we accidentally look at it and you say, oh, you know what? Yeah, I used to create this priority list and stuff. I forgot about it. you know, I just forget about it. Like it's not really important anymore. I already lost my interest in doing these top priorities. You know what? I got even way more fun things to do. Okay, basically the syndrome, shiny object syndrome. We do not want that to happen. So we just basically read the paper consistently, read the paper deliberately on a day-to-day basis. Uh, wait. You need to make it. Well, okay. Q&A. Are you a tuition teacher? So actually, Um, tuition teacher, not really. So yeah, in my previous live stream, I talk about teach mathematics to people, but it's not in a sense that I became a teacher for an institutions. It's more like I don't know, what do you say, a freelance job. Okay, freelance job. So every once in a while, people go to me, and ask me to teach mathematics, and yeah, why not? Okay, I actually pretty much enjoy teaching mathematics. I'm not really good at mathematics though, but to some extent, yeah, I'm slightly better than more people. I don't know. I don't want to sound like arrogant or anything, but um, yeah, to some extent, I'm pretty good at mathematics, but not really that good. Good, yeah, that's the thing. And yeah, basically, I help people study mathematics for college entrance exam. That's it. So okay, moving on again to my what do you say to my script. So why do I? So the thing here is that every single day we are going to be we are going to be reading. Okay, we are going to be reading this paper, and then basically we are going to be reminding ourselves. And hey, whenever we have this new shiny object syndrome thing, okay, whenever we found this, oh yeah, this thing is really really cool, oh yeah, I want to be consistent at doing this new thing, okay, we need to ask ourselves, is this new priority thing going to be an obstacle, going to make me neglect, going to make me not able to do my top three priorities, right? So, for example, I want to be consistent at, I don't know, let's say, um, I don't know, let's say we want to be consistent at practicing art, okay? Well, there's nothing wrong with practicing art, okay? It's good. But the question that we need to be asking here is that whether or not practicing art will make us not have the time, not have the energy to do the top three priorities, okay? So basically, it's okay, it's good to practice some art consistently, but make sure that it's not going to make you stop doing the top three priorities list, okay? Well, it's okay if you want to practice art, but as long as you do your meditation, as long as you do your studying, as long as you do your exercising, okay? And basically, you know what? We are going to try to stay consistent for this to do these top three priorities for, I don't know, maybe it's 60 or 90 days. Okay, we are just basically trying to prove ourselves that one, we are actually have a priority. Okay, we know what to focus. Okay, basically when we just write down things on the paper, we write it down clearly what are going to be our top priorities. It gives us some clarity, it gives us some focus. Oh yeah, these are my priorities. Okay, and when we just track it down for 90 days, we can actually precisely know whether have we actually been consistent or not. I mean, like when we are talking about consistency, people don't really know. Okay, we tend to have we tend to not have any clear idea of how much consistency is enough consistency. I mean, yeah, consistency to some extent is a pretty abstract concept, but we just have to need this concrete. We need to have this concrete benchmark of what is considered to be fulfilling our goals. So, for example, oh yeah, I want to be able to be consistent. How consistent precisely? Oh yeah, I want to be consistent at doing these top three things every single day for the next 90 days. Okay, it's really, really specific. It's pretty specific though. And when you just have a clear goal like this, 90 days every single day, you can actually know whether or not you have actually managed to do your thing or not. Okay? If you only go to, I don't know, day 7 and stop, well then you failed. Okay? Not saying that you are not making some progress, but you failed to fulfill your own goal. Okay? The same thing as, like when you manage to go to day 89 and then you stop, well then you failed to fulfill your goal, but not saying that you are not making any progress. Okay, you are not. You are definitely going to, have some good benefits from it. But when your goal is to reach 90 days and you do not reach it, well then, you know, you haven't reached it. You haven't reached your goal. But again, not saying that you are not making any progress. Okay, but here's the thing: once we have reached the day 90, once we have reached day 90 and more, we are basically going to be having this kind of confidence that, hey, you know what? I've proven to myself that, hey, one, this is some realistic thing to do. This is a realistic thing to do. And two, I actually got the capability to actually do those things. Okay, the capability. Because, you know what? I can just choose to be lazy. Okay, I can just choose to be lazy and not do my thing. But hey, I do my thing anyway. Okay, I'm proving to myself that not only that it's realistic, but I can actually do it too. Okay. Oh yeah, and one more thing. Don't forget to make your top priorities have some kind of like bare minimum. Okay, so for example, the minimum target. The minimum target of exercising is, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes of running. The bare minimum of studying is 5 minutes of reading a book. The bare minimum of meditating is 5 minutes of meditation. Okay, basically create a bare minimum. Without a bare minimum, our brain, this is from my personal experience, right? And I'm pretty sure you guys might actually also experience this. This is a trap hole. When we just say that, oh, you know what, I'm gonna be exercising every single day. Some of the days, okay, our sneaky brain, okay, it can actually have, like thinking like, oh, you know what, I'm just gonna be doing like 10 seconds of stretching. Oh, wait. Where's the chat? Oh, sure. Okay, thank you, thank you. Will really, appreciate that. So the conclusion is the other three things, not if I got. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so yeah, never let the other things affect your top three priorities. Okay, just have this three. Yeah, that's true. Things take time to affect in our life, like after 90 days. I think like there are some research to this, but like it depends of what is the thing that you are trying to do. Though it's not necessarily. I don't know. I think like the days of it, the days of how many days it should take effect, it's going to vary. Okay, from the thing that you do, from the intensity of the thing, how hard the thing is, and so on and so on. So yeah, and you know what? Again, set on a clear daily bare minimum, because if you don't have a clear bare minimum, you are just going to be, some of the days you are going to be thinking like, oh yeah, exercise every day, right? Well then, 10 seconds of stretching is exercising every single day. Okay, our sneaky brain is, just sometimes really like to, I don't know, just get into these roles like, oh yeah, exercise every day, 10 seconds is exercising. Well then I do 10 seconds of stretching, sorry, 10 seconds of stretching. Well then I've done my thing. I don't need to do more exercise. Not saying that 10 seconds of stretching is bad, but when you want to make some, really progress and actually be proud of your progress, you actually want to know that you are doing something with your life, you need to do more. Okay, you need to relatively do more. Okay, well, again, people got different conditions. I'm not saying that 10 seconds of stretching is bad, but just the point here is that set a goal that's relatively small. Okay, relatively small, not wanting it to be that hard that we found it, unrealistic, but also we do not want to set it way too low that we don't feel like we are making any progress at all. Okay, we just want to make it in the middle. Okay, something that if you actually do it, you can actually feel some kind of, fulfillment. Oh yeah, I actually achieved things. Okay, when you just actually manage to do it, you feel somewhat, like be happy for your, doing your thing, because you realize that this is not something that everyone can actually do consistently. Okay, well, theoretically, everyone, if they just try hard enough, they can actually do it. But hey, in reality, not everyone try hard enough. And when you just do your thing consistently, you can actually know that how, not everyone can actually be consistent at doing this. Not everyone can, not putting it on a arrogant sense that, hey, I'm better than other people. No, but just realize that that's something that's not easy to do, okay? And you actually do it, well, you actually deserve to be happy for your achievement, even if it's just, I don't know, 5 minutes of reading a book every single day for 100 days. We all know that not everyone can actually do it, okay? I mean, like, yes, everyone can do it theoretically, but not everyone just try as hard as that. And what do you say? What do I want to say? Again, not to try to put it on a arrogant sense, though. Stay humble and basically, yeah. I think that's it for my rehearsing for today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye bye.